What's the first thing you think of when somebody hands you their phone?
Honestly, I'm always afraid that I'm going to somehow accidentally see their weenie.
Tacos con todo.
Oh, are those tacos? You better believe they're tacos.
Let's get taco. Who would have thought they'd have tacos here?
You realize that's probably a Camel Ass taco.
Told my wife I wouldn't drink tonight.
Give me one of those famous giant beers I heard so much about.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good. Start the episode already. What are we doing?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Tacos with Beer. I'm Alfie.
And I'm Phil.
What's going on, bro?
Oh, man, just chilling like a villain. Crazy thing is I got my flu shot yesterday.
Oh, you finally got that?
Yeah, and it's crazy.
Trying to prepare for the...
Trying to, because last year I didn't get it, and I ended up getting sick on New Year's Eve, and I thought it was the flu. They told me it was the flu, but I thought it was COVID, to be honest. Because honestly, like, I had all the symptoms, and then towards the end of my symptoms, I ended up not tasting anything that kind of threw me off. Now, remember, this was back in, like, New Year's Day, and so it hasn't even been brought out at all, but I was like, I feel like death that week.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, this is not the flu.
This is definitely the year where everybody should probably get one, just because try to prepare before everybody starts getting sick and you don't know who's got the zombie plague or not.
Right. I just hate it when I get, when I got a shot, my arm was all feeling numb, and then like my arm starts getting warm, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And then my wife's like, you're such a crybaby. And I'm like, no, like, I'm scared.
Yeah, I need that shot.
Did you get a flu shot?
Yeah, man, we had a bunch of people show up at work and get everybody all at once.
Really? Oh, they're gonna infect all y'all at one time?
No, they're trying to prevent everybody from getting infected,
no, they're turning
bro.
everybody into zombies. But you know what we got that's new? We got a new person on the show today.
Yeah, we got somebody behind the board.
Finally, because now I don't have to mess with it, and I could be free-handed.
He's pushing all the buttons. This fucking white boy Ryan.
What's up, right boy Ryan?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Okay, don't talk.
You
push buttons.
You already
don't
fucked
talk.
up, bro.
You're about to get fired. Yo, Alfonso, check this out. You know how we get like our numbers from the podcast, and we kind of see how well we're doing?
Yeah, like the analytics.
Yeah, exactly. And this crazy thing is you can actually see planets on there. Like, you can see like all, of course, 99% of it comes from Earth, but it has.
Wouldn't it be 100% coming from Earth?
Yeah, I think they're leaving that 1% for life form out there just in case they want to sneak in.
Oh my God, from Mars.
Yes. So
the rovers are heading that way. Because the first thing they're gonna do as soon as they show up and land and be like, hold on, I gotta listen to my podcast, Tacos with Beer.
That's right. I would be like, it would freak me out if I saw like
somebody playing from
another planet.
Mars.
I would be like,
holy shit, dude.
I would definitely screenshot and send that to social media, to be honest.
Fuck yeah, I'm telling everybody. We're not alone.
No, we're not alone.
But you know what's crazy though is actually NASA laid out its plan, which is a $28 billion plan to return astronauts to the moon in 2024.
Didn't Tesla, is that like NASA's plan, or didn't Tesla just did it?
No, Tesla is not. That's completely different.
Didn't they have like an individual company like launch people to the moon recently?
No, not to the moon. They were headed to space.
Oh, so they're just going.
It's just kind of like actually what they're setting up for is a way for us to be able to head back to the moon, and then from there be able to head out to Mars.
Oh.
So people, like this way is not just rovers, there's actual people heading to Mars.
Nice. You think that's where we're going to start going?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the whole plan, man. That's what Elon Musk wants to do, is he wants to get us all to Mars. But the way we're going to do that is through the Gateway, which the Gateway is pretty much a little, it's kind of like the space station that's going to be set up to orbit around the moon. And so Trump set a deadline that he wanted us to go back to the moon by 2024, which is way ahead of what NASA wanted to do, because they wanted to get us back to the moon by 2028. But, they said it's pretty much doable, so we can actually get to the moon by 2024. But they're trying to get all these pieces in place so that we can actually have that orbiter, the Gateway, going around the moon, so that you have, we can take off from from Earth to the Gateway, and then from there, from the Gateway to the moon surface and back. And then from that point is somehow we'll be able to do prolonged space missions and be able to get from the moon over to Mars.
Do you think it's gonna get to the point to where they're gonna start trying to let people live on the moon, like not just like astronauts, but actually real people?
Oh God!
Can you imagine that? Like, oh, where's your cousin at? Oh, he lives on the moon. Oh, I gotta go see him.
Yeah, like
Man,
they're gonna start terraforming the moon.
Right.
I think that's pretty much on the ticket, right? Like they want to make sure that they start being able to send people back to the moon, and that's like pretty much the first step, you know. So,
to be honest, I wouldn't mind if I lived on the moon.
why? Oh yeah, get away from everybody. I guess.
I mean,
especially from all the shit that's going on currently.
The cell phone service would suck. But you know, I think it would just be like something new. You know how girls are always gonna be like, you know, you never take me nowhere to travel. Well, we're finna go travel to the moon and just kind of like blow your mind away, lady.
Yeah, you know how they always have those like, would you live in this cabin for a year with no cell phone service? It's like, well, now you're gonna be on the moon. There's no turning back,
right? And there's no like, okay, I'm bored. Take me back home. Like, you're crazy as hell. That's like a 6-year drive?
Well, yeah. So NASA's working with companies to develop a lunar lander to transport astronauts from the orbit of the moon to the surface and back onto the gateway. So currently they're working with a bunch of companies to try to make this happen.
Do you think it's going to happen like they say it's going to happen, or you think this is still like an imagination?
Well, it sounds really crazy, but honestly, the way things are, you know, like the way technology tends to progress nowadays, it's like going so fucking fast that I really do think it's going to be possible.
Or you think they can actually develop a time portal, like a portal to where you can just kind of like walk through and boom, you're on the Earth, you're on the moon, and walk in and boom, you're back on Earth, right? No,
no,
or am I just
that's just straight up science fiction? I don't know, but
so
I don't see that happening.
Are they actually
soon.
Are they going to send a woman to the moon this time?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
they're trying to.
Oh man, can you imagine when she gets there?
They're trying to get all the sexes represented, guys.
Yeah, right. No, they just need the moon cleaned up. I'm just kidding. Not for all the sensitive people. I'm kidding.
She's not going there to do that. We're gonna terraform the moon, bro.
Yeah. Are they gonna allow vehicles on the moon? What do you think?
No,
not yet.
Of course they are, man. How are you gonna get around the planet?
You're gonna be hopping, skipping.
Well, technically, the moon is not a planet; it's a moon. So,
if it's round, it's a planet. That's
that's a fucking moon. But here's another thing: are they gonna have a religion once you get to?
I don't know.
NASA?
I think that's one.
I mean, to the moon.
I think that's one thing they're kind of like. That's another reason why I feel personally that the government hasn't really opened up to if they any contact with life outside Mars, because I feel like it's going to open up a whole new can of worms according to religion.
Right. So, I mean, because we already have our own issues here on Earth.
Yeah. Can you imagine if they open up the can of worms and be like, well, we've been contacted through alien life form, and they actually tell the truth? I think that's going to make people like really question, like, you know, God and, you know, everything else that they believe in.
Well, in Russia, they don't actually have somebody questioning if it's a god. They actually question whether he's really God or not, because they have a cult leader who claims to be the reincarnation of Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez. Have you seen that movie? Have you seen the episode of Messiah on Netflix?
Of what?
There's a show on Netflix called Messiah.
Oh, Messiah.
Yeah.
No.
It's basically kind of like, you know, this guy looks like Jesus, and you know he claims that he's like he's the Messiah, and then he does all these miracles, and it's
bro,
like,
that's literally what this dude is doing down in Russia.
What's he doing?
He's claiming to be the reincarnation
of
Jesus.
But has he done anything like special?
No, he hasn't done anything special other than collect money and tax people.
Wow!
For his services,
nice.
Of having God speak through him and onto them.
Wow.
So recently, the Russian forces, which was comprised of helicopters and officers, stormed a community run by his name is Sergei Tarup. I'm sorry, that's Russian.
Sergei.
Sergei. Yeah. I'm not very good with Russian names, apparently.
Sergei.
Yeah, but he's known to his people as Vissarion. Dude, that's a dope ass name.
Ain't that Vissarion? That's a what name is that? Vissarion. That's a what?
Vissarion?
Yeah.
I think it's Russian, but
I know, but
I
there's a
think you're
show.
thinking of-
There's a show that his name is Viserion. No, Game of Thrones. That's what he names the dragon, right?
Oh my god.
Right.
Is it? Yeah. Well, he's definitely not basing it off Game of Thrones.
Viserion. That's the
So
dragon's
this
name.
dude's been running a cult in Siberia. Fuck, dude.
Say it.
Siberia.
Siberia.
Siberia for the past 3 decades. So
Okay.
for 30 years, this dude used to be a cop, right? Well, actually, not even a real cop. He was a fucking traffic officer.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
remote
So he was
security from
just
the mall.
he was enforcing. He was enforcing, traffic, and at some point he got laid off. And at that point, that's when he had some kind of awakening, and he felt like God was talking to him, and hence he started the cult.
He said, pretty much Jesus transformed himself. He said, look, son, you're not going to be stopping any more traffic. You're going to be stopping sin now. So now, boom, you become me.
Yeah, dude. Now God speaks through him.
What does he say?
He
Slow down.
says, "Pay me."
Pay me, or I'm going to tax. How much does he start? Is it normal taxes?
I have no idea what he's taxing.
Just like
these
that
people.
wizard. Remember when we talked about the wizard on our first episode?
Yeah,
How much does he get paid? If he gets anywhere for 20,000,
bro, he's not getting paid. I'm sure he's getting laid.
Everybody wants to be the next Mary.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he claims that the Virgin Mary is running Russia currently.
Really?
Yeah, man.
What do you think?
I think he's
running
full of
Russia to the
shit.
ground. So, who is the Russian president right now?
Vladimir Putin.
So
He's not really a president. He's more like a dictator.
Yeah. So how's the Virgin Mary running Russia?
Well, ask Viserion.
I'm gonna-
Dude, he's good enough though, because he's got thousands of followers, including some high, people in office in Russia
Does he-
that were in with his
Is
cult.
it now legit followers or like followers on Instagram?
No, it was like legit followers, bro.
I feel like he bought those people, just like you could buy bots.
No, I don't think he bought anybody. Well, I mean, when you talk about a cult, bro, it's so enticing for people because
Yeah.
especially if you're the leader, you get to tell everybody what. And
Basically, yeah. Like you ever seen that show Waco,
yes,
right? Where he just kind of like brainwashes people. Like he pretty much tells the women like if you get pregnant by me.
I watched that show and at the end of it, I sided with that dude.
Yeah,
They
think,
fucked them over hard.
Yeah, because he really didn't. Well, I don't know. If you think of the fact that back in Waco, he's already having sex with these 12-year-old girls.
Oh shit, I don't know.
Yeah,
that.
you know that's like one of the
Is that
things.
a fact?
Yeah, he was having sexual relations with underage girls. Like they were like 12, 13. Like as soon as they were old enough to like become women or whatnot to reproduce,
Right,
He would
yeah.
have kids with them. So and all the women that were in his cult, like they would have to be with him. And this one lady on there actually like left her husband. This is a weird part. So a husband and a wife went into there together, and he convinced them like when you come in here, you're married to Jesus, and guess what? I'm Jesus. So she left her husband
To be with him.
so they can have relations and she can get pregnant, but they're together in the cult. Like, can you imagine that? Like being together still and be like, oh, well, I'm gonna let this guy have sex with you and create a baby while I just sit back and just worship him, basically.
Jesus Christ.
That sounds like a great life for the cult leader,
Yeah.
but not for anybody else.
No,
though.
that's what I'm saying. But like he was so strong with his words that he was able to manipulate all these women, basically everybody in there. And it's crazy that church and the people, I think I forgot what they're called. It still stands to this day, and it's still in Waco.
Didn't they burn that bitch down?
They did, but they actually
ran tanks through it.
Yeah, but they rebuilt it.
Oh.
And yeah, it's out there towards Waco. If you're familiar from Texas, it's a little bit more further south of Hillsboro.
Well, check it out. We're gonna do a live show from there.
Okay.
Bring it out on out.
Yeah.
To the Texas Waco church.
Yeah. Okay.
Bring your tanks.
Bring your guns. Basically, that's what they try to get them for, was just guns. They had really no
I know,
logical
right?
reason
So-
other than, I think, other than,
You can't run shit like that though in this country. That's
No.
why the reason the Mormons left to Mexico, and
Yeah.
that's a whole other shit.
yeah, you can't really be running guns.
But here's a question though: were they recycling at that fucking church?
I think so. because
because we have a huge recycling problem in this country.
Yeah, I think they did it was basically its own city in there. You couldn't come and go without his permission. So imagine being that guy.
Sounds like my kind of cult.
You're being stressed, having all that, all that weight on your shoulders from everybody asking you questions. And check this out: when he built his little church or whatnot, he had them separated. So the women can only be on this side, and the men can be on this side. But he can go wherever he wanted. He had the nursery up top.
The dude had it down.
Yeah, he had it down, and
Well, if they were recycling, that's a good thing, because recently we got a new super enzyme that eats plastic about 6 times faster than previously discovered. So now we have actual bugs eating plastic and trying to help us get rid of
the trash,
all the fucking trash in the ocean, man. So a new super enzyme that degrades plastic 6 times faster than before created by scientists and could be ready to use in about 2 years. So we've created a new fucking
So we've
enzyme.
created so much trash that people have to develop a new, basically something new to eat it faster.
There's trash in Antarctica.
Really?
It's making it down there, like throughout all the oceans.
Jesus Christ.
Right. That's frozen. That's frozen trash right there, bro.
Yep.
Dude, so check it out. This enzyme is derived from a bacteria that naturally evolved the ability to eat plastic and enables the full recycle of plastic. I'm looking at you.
I'm
You're
just,
just like, what?
I know, you're just kind of threw me off. I'm like, wait a minute. Because to be honest, this story is just crazy. When you told me, you brought it to my attention, we're going to talk about this. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to talk about? Something eating plastic. Okay. That's, I'm still struggling.
Yeah, dude, Japanese scientists found it in 2018.
28. So basically.
That's when it was discovered. Yeah, this enzyme, which is kind of like a germ, eats plastic to survive.
Can it eat the coronavirus? That's what I want to know.
No, it cannot.
Well, they need to focus their mindset on, the coronavirus, and we just let us burn the trash. Like
this isn't something new though, because like scientists develop a new mosquito that can't reproduce, so that it can literally kill itself off.
Fuck yeah, that is my story right there. I hate mosquitoes.
Okay, but what the fuck is that gonna do to the rest of the fucking world?
Everybody's gonna live in happiness, bro. I cannot go outside for shit, and then I'm getting bit. Ask my wife. Every time I'm outside, I start slapping my day. She's like, "Oh, geez, go inside."
You know how you fix that?
How?
Shower daily.
No, it doesn't matter. It's because I got that sweet blood.
Yeah, that's what they say in the South.
Yeah,
you got that sweet
blood. I got
blood.
that sweet blood, bro.
Well, you've been drinking too much fucking sweet tea.
I got too much sugar. I got fucking diabetes running through these veins.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, so we're over here creating fucking new bugs and enzymes to fucking eat the fucking trash that we produce.
I think
we can't get rid of, and we have to basically. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to turn out for us, just because what's it going to start eating next?
Fuck me, right?
What's it going to eat?
Oh, shit, I hope
Is it going to start eating you?
Hopefully. That'd be a good time.
No, it's not going to be a good time, and I don't think scientists fucking with mosquitoes to try to get them to not reproduce.
They need to
You're just fucking with the ecosystem, man.
What? Okay, so what does mosquitoes have to do with the ecosystem? What purpose do they serve?
Nobody fucking knows until you remove them, and then you ain't never heard of the butterfly effect or what?
I mean, I've seen the movie.
Okay, well, in the movie, if you fuck with anything, it's literally gonna fuck everything up.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with mosquitoes dying off. I actually see that as a blessing.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna disagree with you on that, because I don't think anybody likes mosquitoes, but I'm not exactly sure what the fuck they're doing in our ecosystem. So, and I don't think anybody knows. So
I tell you what.
But if you remove them,
I know who's gonna be pissed off about it? Off. The company Off. So I bought this new TV and I wanted it on the wall with no wires showing. So I called TNC Designs TV Installations. They provided same-day installation at no extra cost. It's female-owned and female-operated. They install all over the DFW Metroplex. Check out some of their work on Instagram at Same Day TV Installations DFW, or check out their Facebook page at TC Designs TV Installation. Get your TV installed today at 469-520-2818. Again, that's 469-520-2818.
So one of the top 10 shows on Netflix right now is The Social Dilemma, which I think it lands like at number 4 or something like that.
Yes.
So I went down that rabbit hole.
Oh, hell.
Oh my god,
What'd
dude.
you think of it?
Dude, it's kind of mind blowing a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of makes you open your eyes. Kind of like, damn, like the way they have the people on there. I guess the people who were a part of it. You know, they were a part of building these
right. You know, so like,
these
yeah, people that
softwares.
started with Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I mean, shit, you name it. They had like all these people that were there from the beginning.
Yeah,
and they're kind of telling you that it's literally there to control you.
Basically.
You're just kind of watching it, going like, "This is really fucked up."
Yeah, and it just kind of makes you like really open your eyes, like, dang, like that's how our world nowadays is ran. It's ran through social media. Like, to be honest, like, you can find anything about anybody or somebody that you met in the past and find them on social media and reconnect with them.
Yeah, that's
You know
so
what
true,
I'm saying?
right?
So it's like your whole world, your whole existence, your whole being social just evolves being around social media.
Yeah, which is kind of weird, when I think about something like this, because, obviously we're older. We didn't actually grow up like that, where it was like you didn't have a fucking Twitter, a Instagram, or a Facebook.
Because to be honest, it came out in it started coming out in 2000, and I think the first one was like, you remember having like Mi Gente and Xanga, like that was back in 2004, 2005.
Yeah, never. I mean, I never got on any of that.
Yeah, but I had a Mi Gente back in the day.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's like it was made for Latinos, and it was similar to MySpace. No, for real. It was called Mi Gente. Then it was kind of like there was another one.
I've heard of Gigante Fernando. No, God damn it. What is it? Sábado Gigante.
No, it was just migente.com.
But that was a show.
And I was a junior in high school, and I graduated in 2005. So this was around 2004, 2003.
Old ass dude.
Yeah, I know. But what are you talking? You're like 3 weeks older than me. I told you, Alfonso. Don't make fun of my age. You're right there with me.
No, I know, but it's just, like we didn't exactly have all that. So now when you talk about kids that were born in like 1997, 98, 99, it was pretty much part of their upbringing, right? It was like where as soon as you got a computer, you had this whole social network. We had AI AIM.
Yeah.
I mean, AI.
AOL?
Yeah, you had it right.
Yeah. No. Not. Was it
AIM,
AOL?
AIM was a chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
AIM.
chat system.
Was it AOL?
Well, AOL is the provider for it. This is the AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
And you got the little CDs and you get your internet.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I forgot about that. That's
Jeez.
so true.
Ryan, you must be up there with us.
Yeah,
You must be that same age with us.
Just hit 30.
Oh, there you go.
Feeling
You
it.
old
How's
bitch.
your back feeling? You can feel in your knees?
Yeah. You don't wake up as fast. You might pass out or something.
Yeah.
Hey, when it gets cold, do you feel it on your wrists?
Yeah, I do. Oh, the weather's changing. No, but seriously, like the people who were like born back in like 96, like their middle school was really all about like social media. Like that's how, and it's crazy how they explain how social media like it has a really bad effect on our kids, especially the ones in middle school, because it's like they're programmed to constantly, get the likes of other people they've never met.
Yeah, right. Which is like, I don't think you were really meant to have thousands of people come at you and have their support or their negativity come at you at the same time.
Yeah.
Especially because you're developing. I don't think you're I don't think you're equipped to deal with something like that.
Yeah. I don't think so either. I think, like I said, social media has put so much pressure on a lot of people just by, showing them like, oh, you're not accepted until you get these many likes, or you're not accepted until you get these many followers, which, that could really mess up somebody's mind, especially if they're like very low self-esteem.
Yeah. Like when they introduced a like button,
Yeah.
right, which was supposed to be to spread positivity,
yeah.
and it turned into like these kids are now depressed because they're not getting enough likes.
Yeah. I think when they basically created a monster that they, at the time, they didn't see it that way.
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, I think it was intended to be good, but just like everything else, especially when an algorithm the algorithm is intended to learn from the user, which is not the actual creator. It depends on what the user is doing, and that's what it's learning from. So you have all these behaviors that it's learning from. So the algorithm starts evolving, and it's now evolved into this whole fucking nightmare that we're living with, which literally, it's like destabilizing fucking countries.
Yeah.
Where
I mean,
it's affecting elections now.
I don't think they realized that, when they created this, like they saw all the positive things they can do with it. But just like with anything else, anything that's positive, there's always a negative. And I don't think they realized that the negative outcome on the other side of that coin was going to be what it is right now. And it's like literally taking over the world.
Yeah, and it was like, I think they said like there was like a spike in 2012 where like more girls started to like be admitted into like mental hospitals for cutting themselves, hurting themselves. And there was a huge spike from there all the way to now. And that correlates with social media because, you're starting to look at like Instagram models and all this like beauty standards that are like literally impossible.
I think they also said that teen suicide has shot up drastically from the year of 2011 to now because, like I said, you're a young kid, you're a young person, and your mind is still developing. You're trying to figure out who you are as a person, and you're not getting the same amount of likes or the same amount of followers as the person next to you, and you're kind of like starting to question yourself. Why I'm not like this, why I'm not like that, and then it's like it's created a whole imagination or fake world out there to make you believe that you're not accepted unless you get into that fake world.
Yeah, I mean, like, can you imagine being a girl this day and a hot girl in this day and age, and like the amount of dick pics you're getting slapped in the face with?
That's why they made it illegal now.
Oh, Alfonso. That's true, right?
Yeah. And that's
if you get like, that is so true. Like if you get like unsolicited, what is it?
It's if you get a wee wee pic. Unsolicited. If you get an unwanted wee wee pic, you are going to jail.
No, there's a fine. Well, you might go to jail.
I don't know, it depends on who it is. But it's just crazy how like
maybe it depends on how big it is.
That's a monster.
You might go to jail.
You might go to jail. But seriously, if you think about like being the person, like your friend next to you, you know how like it's pretty much controlled the way you're thinking, and it kind of created yourself as a bubble because the way the show talks about is that it created like it's pretty much what is it? The algorithm is like pertaining to you only. So it's showing like what you like, what recommends for you, and it's basically telling you that whatever you're thinking is the right way of thinking.
Right. So like the algorithm will learn from you. So like let's say that you somehow believe in flat earth and you start clicking on like flat earth stuff. It'll like Facebook will literally start showing you like flat earth groups, or like anti-vaxxer groups where you're just like, it's like, oh shit,
I'm right.
I don't know. I don't think this might be safe or not. And then it's like next thing you know, you're surrounded by a ton of people that think like you know, and it's all of a sudden now you're correct. It's like, oh shit, dude, I've been thinking this whole time that it was wrong. And now there's like, well, this group has thousands of people that think exactly like me and we're basically we live in the same country. We think the same way.
Yeah.
Somebody's lying. And all of a sudden now it's like you have this veil over your fucking face and you're just like everything that you think
is correct. It's the right way.
Yeah, everything is the right way.
That's why, trying to share your opinion with somebody else and they get so hostile about it because, that's
dude,
how
people get really into it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what it did to politics.
There's this thing called cognitive dissonance, which if you've never heard of it, is a term that describes a person, it's like when you believe something so much that regardless of what anybody shows you, whether, facts, proof, pictures, videos of completely going against what they believe in, but they believe it so much that they cannot accept this truth that's called cognitive dissonance. That's what's literally happening right now with all these people on social media and, like with all these groups and, everybody on their political spectrum on either side. Cause it's like, regardless of whether you show them that this is an actual thing that's happening, but they read it this way, they're like, oh, I don't believe you.
It's crazy because they also explain that if you can get two people who are best friends who think alike and you pull up their news feed, they're going to show them the exact They're not even going to show the exact same thing on their newsfeed. One's going to show one thing, and the other one's going to show the other thing because the algorithm has pretty much created something that's only pertained to you and
Yeah,
you
like
only.
your own personal feed.
Now you're on your own little bubble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's what's caused a lot of people to be disengaged with each other, because it's like, well, I'm not going to be your friends because you don't believe the way I think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like ruined a lot of, it ruined a lot of relationships, friendships.
Yeah.
Just because you disagree with somebody doesn't mean that you have to hate them.
Nah, man, dude, it's like that old saying. It's like your best friend. You can tell them, "Fuck you," but I'll see you tomorrow.
Exactly.
Right?
But it's but no, but seriously, it's kind of like the way the Facebook and the social media, they always think, oh, everybody's so worried about, oh, they're gonna steal, my information. Well, actually, they've already got your information. The way these companies make money is they just
Selling you ads.
They sell you ads and they transfer you to different companies. You are the product. That's what they're saying.
It's kind of like how we were talking about TikTok last week, and it was like, why are they trying to ban it? Because China owns it, and they don't want your info. Well, guess what, buddy? Every company in this country is using your info for that same fucking reason.
Exactly. If you have a social media account
Yeah.
already, they already got you. So it's
Yeah.
I see a lot of people on Facebook. They're like, oh, I'm never going to TikTok because they got my information. Bro, while you're typing this, they've already got your information. So basically what you're saying is void. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one of the big ones too is like YouTube, the YouTube algorithm, where it's like, you start watching something and then you end up going down this rabbit hole where it's like you literally walk out of there convinced that that the earth is flat, because you've seen like 10 fucking videos on it. And
because
it's like,
it reads what you click.
You have like this so-called expert completely spilling all these facts unchallenged, and they sound smart. So you're like,
and to be honest, it's like that's how fast fake news spread.
Yeah, well, it's like they said that fake news spreads 6 times faster than true news.
Yeah, and it shows.
Yeah,
it shows.
dude.
Like people are on this. Everybody's on the conspiracy theories of what's going on right now, and some people are like, "Oh, this is fake." Oh no, this is true. That's a perfect example of how they design social media. Like that's a perfect example of how they're able to control you.
You're constantly messing with the app.
Yep.
You're always looking, but like. I personally have an addiction to Reddit, so I'm constantly on Reddit, and like I'm always opening up that feed, and it's like even though I've already gone through it like for an hour, and when I refresh it, it literally shows me the same thing because I always like refresh on you, on the hot posts, so it's like the stuff that's like brought up to the top,
like the trending.
Yeah, exactly, basically, and I'm constantly on it. So that thing did make me look at that and be like, man. I do definitely spend way too much time on Reddit.
And then now iPhone has got to the point to where they can actually show you exactly your average time.
Oh my God. Isn't that always a like
it's an eye opener.
No, I don't know, but it's like a bucket of cold water every week where you're just like when it's like boom, your screen time comes up on Sunday night and you're like, all right, let's see. What was the damage this week?
Yeah.
And you look at it, it's like 5 hours screen time. God damn, 5 hours you spent.
Exactly. You spend
just staring at your phone.
Screen. Exactly. And that's the whole goal of social media.
Be honest, what was like the most time that it's ever popped up for you?
I haven't really, but you know what? I think the most, I would say my addiction would be Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah, I would say my addiction it would be Facebook. I thought it was like more of Instagram or Snapchat, but no, it shows that Facebook is where I spend most of my time. Like I think I don't remember my exact number, exactly how long I was on it for an average day. But I tell you what, I ain't trying to call nobody out, but I know this person that we checked their screen time.
Yeah.
They were on TikTok and they were on there. An average was about 8 hours.
Jesus.
That's a whole work day. That's a whole work day.
Yeah, man.
But it's crazy but you know what? They've kind of made it to the point where they're like, you know what? It's like it should be an eye opener to make you disciplined because really, as adults, we should be able to have the control to say, okay, I got to change my ways.
What was that thing you told me that if something has a control or
okay, so basically what social media does, it's if it's able to control your emotions, it's already controlling you.
Right.
So if something on social media pops up and it's like, something political or something religion and it's able to trigger your emotions, then you're done. Like social media has already control you.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
it already
true.
has control of you, because if anything controls your emotions, they have you, no matter what you do. So it has to get to the point where it's like, all right, you need to change your mindset, because that's how I was. I'm not gonna lie about myself. Like when I started getting on social media, I was getting on social media, and Facebook was hella addicted, just because I started doing comedy videos, I started doing all this, and you start seeing your numbers
a lot of
jump. You saw the
interaction.
interaction, so
Yeah.
it's like, wow, you know. So it just like boosted your confidence.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of like, I've gotten to the point where it's
Well,
like,
that's why you can see with these kids why it affects them so much. And it's like, try to take somebody's phone away. Well, dude, not even a kid. Try to take an adult's phone away.
yeah, and it just makes them go crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what they said too? There's only two type of companies that call their consumers users, and that's drugs and software.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, that's
Yeah.
that's the only two that's to call, and that's exactly what you are. You're a user. You're an addiction. So people who have like heavy addiction to drugs is no different from you having a heavy addiction on your phone. Because if you can't walk away from your phone, and it shows it too. It shows where you're like you set your phone down and you're just kind of watching TV, and you just have like an itch to kind of pick up your phones, you know, real quick.
I mean,
just to check on it.
how many times during a show do you pick up your phone to look at it? Because you're like, you know, it's like a way they explain it, it's like if you're pulling the lever on a slot machine, right? Because like every time you pull, you might have this, you might get this chance of winning something,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
you don't. You know, it's like the same thing on your phone. It's literally set up the same way. So like when you swipe down, it refreshes, and you don't want to miss out on what
What's
might
going
pop
on.
up. Yeah, you
Exactly.
know. So, and it's so true because, dude, I'll be honest, sometimes I'll be watching shows and I have no fucking idea what the show's about, because I've been on my phone looking at fucking, I've been on Reddit, because I'm like, oh, what's this article about? Oh, I'm going to go down this rabbit hole. And it's like, you know, Reddit is like, dude, there's subreddits of everything. Anything that you can think of, there's literally something for everybody on there.
And that's how it's designed. That's even with
Yeah.
social media, like your news feed, videos that pop up. You know, I was telling you, it was crazy that, you know, if I share a video and it's something political, or if it's something that has to do with politics or religion or anything like that,
Yeah.
people would see it. But if I share something about the podcast or something that has nothing to do with their, you know, the way of controlling somebody, it doesn't
Yeah.
really get shared. It really
Yeah.
doesn't pop up on your news feed, you know,
Yeah.
because it doesn't pertain to their goal.
Well, yeah, well, it's because it's not gonna be something that like keeps you, you know, entertained. I mean, not entertained, but like it keeps you logged on to the app,
and
right?
their whole main, the social media companies, their main thing is, how long can we get you on this phone? How long can we have your attention? And then that's how they're able. That's when they started coming up with, you know, photo tags. You know, just keep tagging them. If they tag, then, you know, we're giving them a notification.
Yeah,
you know, it's just
the notifications never end. You're constantly
Exactly.
like going in your pocket, like, damn, man, I don't want to
And now
miss
they
out
have
on this shit.
now they have notifications from things you might like. You know what I'm saying? So your phone is constantly
Damn,
going
really?
off.
I've never
There's
gotten that.
notifications if you're not on, and it's crazy because it knows when haven't been on it. It'll start popping stuff on there. It'll say things you might like, or things that may recommend you, to try to get you to come back on the phone. That's crazy how a company, their main objective is to brainwash you and to get your attention. So they're
Yeah.
gonna constantly send you stuff to get your attention. You know, and that's how we are now. We're very addicted. We're basically, you know how back in the, you know, movies Terminator and iRobot, everybody was scared about AI. Well, we are the AI products.
Yeah, that's true.
We are the machines. That's basically what we are. But, you know, to be honest, get your kids off the phone. I'm gonna start doing that. My kids are gonna hate
I already
me.
don't have notifications on anything.
That's what I did.
That's something that I'd never have. So.
I that's what I ended up doing after I saw this. I was like,
Live
you
your
know what?
fucking life, people.
Yeah, live your life. Stay outside.
Are you ready to take the next step and invest in a home? Contact Rebecca Vinton from Sukasa Realty. She has a vast knowledge of the DFW Metroplex, and her goal is to help guide her clients during the real estate process. The time is now to sell or buy, so don't wait. Follow her on Facebook at Rebecca Vinton or on Instagram at Rebecca Vinton Realtor. Don't wait. Your dream home is waiting on you. Contact her at 817-564-1622. That's 817-564-1622. Or email her at rebecca@sucasarealty.com.
There's someone standing over there. Come and play with us.
Hell Nah segment is brought to you by TNC Designs TV Installation. Female owned and female operated. Get your TV installed professionally with no wires shown with same day service. In the spirit of Halloween, we're going dark.
Super dark.
Some people may have canceled Halloween, but not here at Tacos with Beer. So we're about to turn up the horror dial, and Alfonso's about to bring murder and mayhem to you guys.
I'm ready.
We're about to eat brains. Yeah, dude, it's Halloween month, baby.
Halloween.
Dude, it's my favorite holiday.
I know.
I love Halloween.
I know. I think I like the weather. You know, it's all daylight saving time starts kicking. Well, not daylight saving time. What is it called? Is it daylight saving times?
Yeah, it is daylight saving.
Oh yeah, and it starts getting dark. You know, really early. Then it makes me mad because I'm like, damn, it's super late. No, it's only 6 o'clock.
Dude, you know what the best part is? It's cold.
Yeah, I like that.
I
What are you gonna be
love
for
that.
Halloween?
I have no idea.
I know what I'm gonna be.
What are you gonna be?
Well, see, we got this dog, right? And we got a Great Dane. We're
Yeah.
gonna make that Scooby Doo, and my wife is gonna be like Velma,
Shit.
and then my
That's
youngest
tight.
kid's gonna be
That's tight.
Shaggy, and I'm gonna be.
What are you doing, Ryan?
I'm Shaggy. Halloween. That's why I'm growing
Really?
this hair out.
Oh,
My son's
no
gonna
way,
be
for
Scooby.
real?
Really?
Not even kidding. I would have cut it, but
Oh, that's tight.
no, I got to be part of that role.
Oh yeah.
Man,
All right,
fire
guys.
before I can say it.
Well, we're gonna get into this. Just a bit of a warning. This is gonna get a little graphic, man.
Yeah, so put the kids to sleep.
No, dude, just don't be eating food.
Oh, okay.
All right, but we're gonna get into some lobotomies and how they started in this country, and pretty much how they just started everywhere, man. It is a really fucked up ass procedure, you know, that started in the 1880s, and it's had a pretty long history, and I'm pretty sure it's still kind of around. Which, crazy enough, you know, when you think of a lobotomy, most people are like, that sounds super fucking dumb. It's some woo-woo stupid shit that happened a long time ago. Well, no, man, they kind of still use it today.
I don't know what kind of kinky shit you're into.
Some really kinky shit, bro. Dude, so doctors first began manipulating the brain to calm patients in the late 1880s. When the Swiss physician Gottlieb Burckhardt removed part of the cortex of the brains of patients with auditory hallucinations and other symptoms of schizophrenia, noting that it made them calm. Although one patient died and the other committed suicide after the procedure. So, I mean, you can make up your own mind about that one.
Ugh.
Dude, so basically what I'm going to get really into is this guy, Walter Freeman, who did about... I want to say he did about like 4,000 lobotomies in this country.
God damn.
Pretty much just going around fucking people's brains up.
Man, he's got problems.
Yeah, so the procedure involved cutting into a hole in the skull and injecting ethanol into the brain to destroy the fibers that connected the frontal lobe to other parts of the brain. So later, Moniz introduced a surgical instrument called the Lobotomy, which contains a loop of wire. So when rotated, creates a circular lesion in the brain.
I have no idea what the hell you just said.
Basically, what he was doing was he would like stick a wire. He would cut 2 holes in the front of your brain. I'm sorry, in the front of your skull.
Wow.
And then he would stick a wire in that was spooled. And then he would like twist it. And while twisting it, he would sever the connections of your frontal lobe of your brain to calm you down. He found that in patients that had like severe, like schizophrenia or severe depression, it would help, calm them down or stop those episodes.
I'm sorry. I'm just when you're talking to me, and I'm just kind of like in a weird ass like, why don't you just drink a beer and call it a day? Like, why I got to do all that crazy shit?
Yeah, dude. In the 1880s, 1900s, there was a lot of people that were like being committed to like psych wards, and like they were trying to find a way, any way that they could like get all these people out of there or try to find a solution. So they were literally like looking anywhere to get, a solution to this problem. It wasn't until later on that, meds were introduced in like the 40s and the 50s, for like people with like bipolar disorders and certain things like that are like kind of considered like schizophrenia with like multiple, personalities. Yeah.
That's bipolar.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So basically, what they would do in the past, they would cut a hole into your skull and then just dig in there and try to sever the nerves.
Oh my god, I can't take it.
Yeah, man, this Walter Freeman dude he was pretty shitty, man. He did a lot of crazy shit. He was a bit of a showman. He actually developed what's called it's a kitchen ice spike. So what he would do, he developed this method of, instead of like cutting holes into your brain, he would insert the spike through your tear duct and into the brain, and then he would and that's how he would sever the connections of your frontal lobe brain to, relieve patients of schizophrenia or severe depression.
Are these people are they like awake, or are they under like anesthesia or something, or what?
No, most of the patients were awake during
Kiss
it.
my ass, bro.
Yeah, dude. So
fuck is that?
most of the people that reported afterwards that were lucky enough to survive the procedure were say like they had like severe, it was like such a crazy pain.
I fucking bet. Like, golly, like you get shit stuck in your eye to mess with your brain. Like, bro, I don't even like when they COVID test me and they stick that shit in my nose, and I can't even stand that, let alone have a needle in my eye to touch the back of my brain. I already feel like the COVID test is touching my brain, but really it's not. But oh man,
bro, this dude was nuts, bro. He was a showman though, right? So Walter Freeman would go around the country performing lobotomies like crazy. So like he would set up where like he would try to do like 10 or 15 in one day within like, in a matter of hours. It was a procedure that would take about like 10 minutes tops.
oh, really? 10 minutes?
Yeah, like literally 10 minutes. Okay, so this dude, his youngest patient was a 12-year-old boy.
Wow. Is he still alive?
Yes.
Really?
He actually survived the procedure. Okay, so I'll tell you, this kid, his stepmother, when he came into the dad's life, this kid was acting up, this 12-year-old. Like he wouldn't want to go to bed at the time that she would set for him. He would fight with his brother. He was kind of just, like when you hear about the typical behavior that he was showing, it just sounds like a regular 12-year-old shit, right? He's coming of age. Also, his mother died of cancer when he was 6 years old. So, he was struggling with shit.
I'd whooped his ass. Call it a day. Whooped his ass.
Yeah, so his mom, took him to several psychiatrists, and every psychiatrist was like, there's literally nothing wrong with your son.
Yeah, just whoop his ass.
Yeah, and it wasn't until like she tried a bunch of different people, and it wasn't until this psychiatrist finally,
Stick this shit in his eye and check touch his brain.
No, this guy referred her to Walter Freeman, and Walter Freeman, within like a couple weeks of having this kid, was like, we're gonna have to perform a lobotomy.
Golly, bro. Kid, that's the time where you're like, kid, you need to shut the hell up, or you're gonna have some crazy ass shit happen to you.
Yeah, man, he fucked this kid up pretty good, bro.
I bet he did. Look, it's either, I have to tell my kids, look, you want to get an ass whooping or do you want to have a lobotomy? Pick one.
Okay, so what he did was he took a sharp instrument that was thrust through the orbital roof on both sides and moved side to side to sever the brain pathways in the frontal lobe. Dr. Freeman's bill came out to $200.
That's it?
Yeah,
that's it?
After performing.
Well, I could have whipped his ass for free, but no. You're going to charge me $200 for you to stick some shit in his eyes. And, wow. I don't know about this, Alfonso. Whose idea was this?
It wasn't my idea.
I know. That's, what else?
Well, anyway, so this guy, he was known for being kind of a piece of shit. So
little. He was a turd.
All right, so he disregarded the usual medical formalities. He would chew gum while operating, and and he was impatient with what he called all the germ crap, routinely failing to sterilize his hands or wear rubber gloves.
Okay, so his pissed off is like, okay, I'm chewing.
Damn it! All this germs and all this blood. Sit still so I can stick this needle in your eye.
Like, come on.
All right, so for the people who survived the procedure, had their outcomes varied widely. So some were crippled for life.
Yeah.
And others lived in a persistent vegetative state.
Yeah, I wonder why. Does this? And you said this still happens to this day?
Yes. Yeah.
With who?
Well, I mean, it's still no. It's not. It's not against the law to use it, but I believe like the last one was performed in like 1985.
Okay, so this is before we were born.
Yeah.
Because you made it seem like this happened like yesterday.
No, I'm just saying that it's not against the law to do it.
But it's really pointless to do it if they're going to end up in a vegetative state.
Well, yeah, there's like a 20% chance of that.
Can you imagine that? Like, I can't even pop a pimple, let alone stick something in somebody's eye and just mess with them, and they get mad because, oh, you're getting my hands dirty. You know, like, what do you expect? Chew gum?
Well, like, you know, there was about like 50,000 lobotomies that were done in the U.S., and Walter Freeman performed about 4,000 of them.
Yeah, sick ass guy. Is he still alive?
No, he died in 1972 of cancer.
I'm finna say, look him up on social media. Friend request him. I want to see. Let's see if he's got any videos.
Well, see, the thing is, for that kid that he did the lobotomy
Does he have a Facebook page?
In 2006, they caught up with him. He was about 52 years old, and you know, they basically asked him about the whole ordeal. He was like, honestly, I really don't remember. I just remember they brought me into the, I forget what they call like the little showroom, because you know back then they would have a bunch of people come in and watch him do it, for surgeries,
like on Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, and so all he remembers is going in. They shocked his head till he passed out, and then next thing you know, he woke up, and he just described like he was in a huge fog. He didn't know where he was. He didn't even know who he was. He didn't understand like his hand movements. He was really confused for a long time till he kind of just got himself back together a couple days later, and you know, was able to like realize that he had gone through a procedure, and you know, pretty much afterwards, you know, the kid he somewhat lived a normal life. He just said that the whole time, like throughout after all that, he's always felt like something's been missing in him. You know?
Yeah, his skull.
His frontal lobe.
His whole front part of his brain's gone.
Yeah, dude.
This sounds like a great episode for Grey's Anatomy.
No, bro. This is like a horror show.
Oh.
Dude, like imagine fucking shooting up alcohol and through that, like a tear duct into to like completely dissolve the frontal lobe of your brain.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah. So, you know, and Moniz, who developed this technique, he got a Nobel Prize in 1949 for it. But he said that this should only be a last resort thing. So, like, you have to, like, everything else should have failed, you know,
bro,
to help the patient or anything else if they've already done the medication, the treatments, you know, the psychiatrist, the therapist. Then if they still can't get anything under control is when he would definitely recommend a lobotomy.
Bro, this is the last resort. Just leave me to die. Just leave me to die. I mean,
somebody cutting off all your fucking shit.
Just take me out, bro, because there's no way I'm getting put through that. If that's the last resort, I'm gone. I'm gonna say my goodbyes. Take me off the thing, because there's no way I'm gonna wake up and just.
You're not down for the ice pick?
Hell no, bro. I don't even like getting a flu shot. Let alone, I don't even like that. To let alone just have somebody, you know, stick something in my nose. Like I said,
but it's easier than them drilling holes in the front of your skull and going in that way.
Bro, just give me.
He developed a more humane way. He would put it in through your tear duct. Dude, I'm telling you, like there was times where he would like when he would show off, he would get 2 ice picks and he would go in through both 2 tear ducts at the same time, one in each hand, just to try to show off to people. And then he would do
girl,
it.
Let me take you home. I'll show you what I could do.
Stick it and then fuck them all up.
Yeah. You want to see what I do for a good time? Watch this. Boom.
Yeah, dude, and it was like that was considered a humane way to treat a schizophrenic, man.
Yeah.
No, actually, it wasn't. You know, a lot of his colleagues, like, they were like, "Nope, don't want anything to do with this guy. He's fucking nuts.
Yeah, of course
we don't
he
want
is,
nothing."
bro.
By the time he did that lobotomy to that 12-year-old, he was literally working out of a private practice because no hospital would touch this guy.
Yeah,
they were
I mean,
like,
that's just
"Hell
like,
no, dude!
That's
You
a
can't come
lawsuit
here.
waiting to happen.
You can't come here. You don't." He graduated from Yale, went to a different university to get his medical degree, and then went overseas to study psychiatry, and somehow ended up doing lobotomies. You know, this dude just wanted to become famous, and honestly, he kind of came down. I mean, like he's going down in history as one of the worst fucking people alive. He literally fucked all these people up.
I mean, I think he probably had an issue. I think he enjoyed it. I think that's why he did it so much.
Yeah, that's what he wanted. He wanted to become famous. He wanted to be, he wanted to be known around the world.
But that just comes to a point to where, like, if you're that crazy where you just enjoy watching people just be in pain and thinking you're helping them.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, like, if you're looking at all the things that are happening, like there was like, there was a couple accounts of a lady who he did it to, and like she died a couple days later. She was just walking around her house, like not knowing what the fuck is going on. Next thing you know, she had a brain aneurysm and died. Ugh. But this lady was known for like going up to her window butt ass naked and just shaking it in front of everybody because she was crazy.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I'm going to help you. And he did the procedure. She survived and she became, yeah, because she became a vegetable for a couple of days. So she wasn't doing it. She wasn't going up to the window.
She wasn't flashing her stuff no more.
Yeah, because she was a vegetable.
Yeah, you might as well just kill her.
A couple of days later, she died of a brain aneurysm.
I bet. I wonder why.
I wonder too.
Yeah.
I'm not a medical fucking professional.
This is crazy. I don't know why we got into this topic.
Because it's Halloween.
Yeah. So anybody want some lobotomy done, just hit us up. We'll point you in the right direction.
Yeah, we got a couple contacts over here.
Yeah. Well, that's it for us today, guys. We appreciate y'all sticking around. And make sure y'all hit up all of our social media accounts. Even though they're going to brainwash you, don't worry about that, okay? Just follow.
But dude, seriously, support us by supporting our sponsors.
Exactly. So make sure you go to tacoswithbeer.com. You can get all of our latest episodes. You can catch up on all our latest. We did a video, the Mud Bank. That was awesome.
Yeah, man.
It was great.
Definitely check that out.
Yep. And stay tuned, guys, because we do have an important announcement to make later. So make sure you follow the page, and we are going to announce it. But you have to follow us, all right? So by saying that, appreciate it, Alfonso. Appreciate it, white boy Ryan. Glad to have you on.
Thanks, man.
And remember, guys, always make sure you keep those tacos hot and spicy.
And those beers coming. We're out.
Peace.
Hey, will you guys let me know if this ever airs?
I hate goodbyes.
Get the hell out of here.
Bye, Felicia.
Think I'll go home now.